Hey everyone, I'm David Finz, and on this episode of the Cyber Insurance Imperative, we're going to pay a visit to the Lone Star State. You know, they say everything's bigger in Texas, so when one of the most populous states in the Union is on the verge of enacting sweeping changes to its data privacy laws, you can't ignore what's going on. This past week, the Texas Senate passed a companion bill to HB 4, a bill previously introduced in the House, which would basically be Austin's version of the California Consumer Privacy Act. The two bills need to be reconciled, so the legislation has been sent back to the House for further consideration before the governor can sign it into law. But here is what we can expect the new legislation to contain. HB 4 will apply to essentially every for-profit enterprise that processes the personal information of Texans, unless the enterprise in question meets the definition of a small business under federal SBA regulations. There will be carve-outs of the types that you would normally expect to see in state data privacy laws. Entities already covered by HIPAA or by Gramm-Leach-Bliley won't be subject to duplicative or contradictory rules, and not-for-profits will also be exempt from many of the new law's requirements. Companies will need to disclose to consumers what data they collect, disclose, and share, and for what purpose. They will also need to prepare a Data Protection Impact Assessment, or DPIA. And enforcement of the new law will reside with the Texas Attorney General, so no private right of action here. Now, it's pretty clear that the number of states with data protection legislation continues to grow, and companies are going to need to fashion privacy policies that satisfy all of these similar, though not identical, requirements. So how do you go about doing that? Well, first off, don't go it alone. If you need a referral to a data privacy attorney, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can DM me on LinkedIn or email me at david.finz@alliant.com, and I'll put you in touch with several qualified firms that you can vet for yourself. These attorneys can help you identify what your legal obligations are, and then advise you on developing practices that will keep your business in compliance. Second, and I can't say this enough, check your cyber insurance policy to make sure that it provides the fullest possible coverage for these matters. That means looking at the definitions of terms like regulatory proceeding and data privacy law to confirm that coverage is triggered by a state investigation, regardless of whether there has been an actual breach. And it also means verifying that you have coverage not just for legal defense, but also for fines and penalties, to the extent that these are insurable by law, with the question of insurability being determined by the law of the jurisdiction most favorable to you as the insured. Keeping your coverage current with the evolving regulatory landscape is just one more way that Alliant helps you find the more rewarding way to manage risk. Thanks for watching.